What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's having an excellent weekend. The sun is finally back out in New Jersey. It's been the first time in like 7 months, which is awesome. The brisk winds are also back too. I run on the boardwalk and man, I was dying. My lungs are on fire. I lost my voice. But it's winter. I mean, I'll take 40s and 50s over snow any day. But ever since the Athletic article that criticized Saleh and Hackett and the team, there's been a lot of buzz on social media, content creators talking about all kinds of stuff. And the one story that keeps coming about is the Jets could be considering firing Coach Saleh following the Super Bowl based on all the backlash of this article. My first comment is, if it took this article to open up Woody Johnson's eyes, that shows you how truly incompetent he really is, because all the things we read about, we pretty much assumed throughout the season, watching the dysfunction that was on the field. You can literally see it, right? But then it's like, well, the Jets would never do that. Well, let's not give the Jets too much credit here, because they've done a lot of dumb things in the past. Think about it. They let Mike McCagnon go through his draft class, spend $100 million in cap space, and then fired him, right? So it's not, the Jets do a lot of dumb things. And then it's like, well, they got to let Saleh follow through with his plan. They literally fired Eric Mangini when he had one of the best teams in football. Brett Favre gets hurt, the season ends, they don't make the playoffs, and they fire him. So the Jets can do crazy things, and this would be typical Jets, that they let Harbaugh go somewhere else. They let all these teams, hire other coaches, fill out their staffs, and then they fire their guy. That would be typical Jets as well. But again, I don't think this is going to happen. But there is this notion that is literally driving me crazy when I hear it. Like, I listen to sports radio and I had to turn it off, because there is this notion that the New York Jets, their best chance to win is keeping Coach Saleh as the head coach. And I could not disagree more. And they owe it to him to run out his plan. Like, this is not a head coach that's won 10 games in the past, won the division, had all this success with the organization. Like, he earned all this credibility, all this respect. Like, you know what? You had a downtime. We're going to let it run back. Like some coaches get the benefit of the doubt. I'm not really sure why exactly Coach Saleh is getting this benefit of doubt from anybody. You owe it to the fans to win. You owe it to yourselves. It's all about winning, not about owing somebody something. You earned that right. So the fact that they can't fire him because they have to let him do anything, you don't have to do anything. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, it's like the best chance to win is when you have other coaches available, like a Harbaugh, like a Mike Vrabel, like a Pete Carroll, that are legitimate upgrades to your organization, to your staff. It's not your best, because would you rather have Coach Saleh coach his team for the next 2 years, or would you have Mike Vrabel coach his team for the next 2 years? See, everybody's focusing on this year. So if he doesn't do well this year, Saleh, you're firing him next year. But it's like, well, if Aaron Rodgers is playing 2 more years, wouldn't you want to maximize his best potential over the next 2 years? And is that really what Coach Saleh is, head coach? Where do you rank him in all the coaches in the AFC right now, if you're being very honest? Where do you rank him? I'm telling you, it's not going to be high. So that's really your best chance to win? No, it's not. Secondly, it's like, well, you gotta keep Hackett and the staff for Aaron Rodgers. Well, why is that? Because you're going to keep Hackett, but according to reports, you're going to add more pieces to the puzzle to take play calling kind of away from it, have more a collaborative effort, and kind of assist him. Is that really the answer? You're putting Band-Aids on things. Or is Aaron Rodgers the only quarterback in the entire NFL that can only play with Hackett? That's the only quarterback you can play with? That's it? One of the all-time greats, one of the smartest quarterbacks who play the game, that knows the X's and O's inside out and backwards. He can't accommodate his game to another play caller he's got familiarity with, or another guy. Now, it's like, well, it's going to set him back. Literally every year, we watch quarterbacks and coaches reset and have success. C.J. Stroud is a rookie, came into the NFL, had a phenomenal year. Baker Mayfield went down to Tampa Bay. Everybody, look at the year he had. Minshew steps in with the Colts. Look at the year he had. Flacco comes in last minute. Look, like, it's this notion that only the Jets can only have success in certain ways is such a ridiculous take, and it's narrow-minded. It's like we're being force-fed this bullshit. That's Rodgers can only have success with Hackett. Hackett has to stay for Saleh. All these things don't have to happen. You're in the business. You're like a results-driven business. It's about winning, accountability, and productivity. And if you don't have that, you make changes. And I'll keep saying this: teams that were playoff teams, legitimate playoff teams, much better than the Jets, have made wholesale changes to their staff. Look at the Eagles. Eagles blew out their staff. There's teams in season, Steelers, Bills, they change their coordinators. But the Jets, because of Aaron Rodgers, they say, you know what? We see all the problems, but we can't really do this because he really needs Hackett to be here. If you're going to take the power away from Hackett anyway, then why are you bothering keeping him here? Like, do you understand what we're trying to be sold? Like, even the thing Brian Costello wrote today was ridiculous. Like, well, you gotta appease Aaron Rodgers with this. Listen, you have a conversation with Aaron Rodgers saying, listen, this is the direction of our organization. Can you buy into this? Can you not? The thing this guy wants to do the most is win. That's what he's about. He wants to end his career on a high note, not on a whimper with a team that's a laughingstock in the NFL, right? So I don't understand all these takes where you have to keep Saleh, you have to keep Hackett. The only thing you have to do is find the best way for your team to win games. And the way it's currently built right now is not the right way. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not buying any of this, man. Like, I strongly believe that the way this team is right now, all the dysfunction and all the complacency and all the excuses and all the justification of excuses. And the bigger issue is that I think the way this team is currently constructed, you're going to have a hell of a time getting free agents in here, which is going to be a problem. And when this team gets desperate, they do desperate things, and desperation never wins in the NFL. And selling yourself out for one season never works. It doesn't. And that's the other problem. If it doesn't work, where are you at next year? That's why, for me, it's like if you bring in a Vrabel now, which I know they're not going to do this, but if you bring him in now and things fall apart, you have confidence in him going forward as a coach. Excuse me, I got heartburn now. But like really, like that's the thing. It's like this is like basically we play a lottery ticket this year. Like this whole plan is all about hope. I don't want hope. I want like legitimacy. So, and then the thing is too, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I can't buy into none of this stuff. Like, I'm tired of reading the stories. I'm tired of reading tweets. Like, we know what's going on, and if we're being honest about it, this just not going to end well. You need so many things to fall in place for the Jets, and the way they're handling it, I have no confidence in them doing that.